I want to talk about the OLED Steam Deck. You've been tuned out, but have you seen anything about it?
No.
It is incredible. Are you ready to buy a Steam Deck, sir?
Is that the only change?
No.
Okay. Tell me about it.
So that's the one that Valve is talking about. Okay, so first of all, it's not just an OLED display. It is an HDR OLED display.
Oh.
1000 nits peak brightness.
Oh.
Valve did a ton of work on Linux to make this color pipeline work. Not just work, but they're extremely proud of the way that you can just launch an HDR game and it'll just be an HDR. Very, very incredible, really. Like it's outstanding. It's bigger. It's 7.4 instead of 7 inches. So that's without changing the body. It just has a slightly slimmer bezel frame, a slightly bigger screen.
Oh, so it is not bigger, just the screen's bigger.
Just the screen's bigger.
Cool.
The refresh rate is now 90 hertz.
That's actually enormous.
Which is freaking awesome.
Yeah. Like obviously 30 to 60 is like the one that like matters. Like
yes.
Going from 60 to 90 is still huge.
Yep. Let me try and think. Man, this thing is just kind of freaking awesome. They didn't increase the price. The price is the same at the 3 tiers, except the middle tier went up $20. But the storage is way higher. So they don't even have that 64 gig option anymore with like eMMC or whatever. It's all real SSDs across the board. They slightly revised a couple of things, like the buttons for the shoulders are on the same PCB as the joystick buttons now, so the parts aren't interchangeable. They changed the cooler though. The cooler is more efficient, quieter. The battery life is up. We measured about 45%, but they claim anywhere from 30 to 50%. So it's a bigger battery, and get this, new silicon. They went from 7 nanometer to 6 nanometer. It's just a die shrink. So the performance target is the same, but it does perform better.
Yeah, okay.
Because it just like turbos a bit higher and that's part of where that battery life gain comes from. It has a new Wi-Fi chip that downloads games 3 times faster. That's what they said. We validated that. So they'll download games at up to 650 megabit per second on a Wi-Fi 6E network. It's kind of freaking awesome.
Wow.
Oh, where'd that go? Well,
why is there a limited edition? What does that even mean?
Yeah, it's just a colorway. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
This is Brandon from the lab sent me this cool capture. We did some pursuit camera stuff showing the increase in clarity on the OLED display. Never mind the increase in refresh rate, and it is amazing compared to the original one. I said we should add it to the WAN show doc for like wasn't a video segment, but I don't know, maybe it got lost somewhere along the line, but the display is flippin' cool. They apparently revised the haptics and speakers and a couple of other things a bit. We didn't notice as big of a difference with that though. The big one was the display, the improved performance, and the improved battery life. And the fact that they now have more storage without increasing the price. I think it was already a great value and an awesome device. I think now it is, I would hesitate to call anything perfect. It's not perfect. It's not going to run games that don't work outside of Windows. It's still big. It's bulky, right? Like not everyone's into that gigantic form factor. It's one of the reasons that I daily drive an Ally instead of the original Steam Deck. But I would say it is definitive. It is. Right. It addresses every problem that I had with the original Steam Deck that can be addressed, other than just, more performance.
A generational improvement on whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you ready to get one?
I don't know. I have a lot of like...
So you'd rather get an AI lapel pin?
No, I want you to get that. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't want one.
Ridiculous.
I don't want one of those, dude. Come on. It's definitely interesting. It looks really cool. I do think the 90 hertz thing is honestly the biggest win for me. I care a lot more about that than it being HDR or whatever else. I think that stuff is cool.
Oh, the display looks so good though. I mean, okay,
I'm sure that's valuable and good.
you've seen the Switch OLED next to the regular Switch, right?
Actually, no.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind. I suspect it is the same display as the Switch OLED, and Nintendo just doesn't have an HDR pipeline. That is my suspicion, based on the similarity of the subpixel layout, based on the similarity of the pixel density. It may not be the same. It may not actually come from the same mother glass, but it also might. They're very similar.
My only thing is, I have a lot of potential pending expenses, so I'm not really in a spendy mode.
All right, that's fair enough.
But this does sound great. And maybe we'll see how I feel closer to actual launch. When is actual launch?
The 17th or something?
It's really close.
Yeah, it's in like a week.
The 16th.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder how fast this one's going to sell out. Do you think they're going to backlog immediately again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep. I hate to give people ideas, but realistically, they already had the idea, so it's not like I'm changing anything. But if I was a scalper, I'd be all over this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is going to be backlogged for months again. But then again, I don't know. Maybe a big part of the reason the original deck was backlogged was not because of the volume of orders, but rather because of the capacity that Valve had for manufacturing them. Maybe that capacity is way higher. Maybe they've been stockpiling these things for the last month. I don't know.
Yeah, they might see it coming this time, maybe.
Maybe.
Don't know.